Skin has a natural exfoliation cycle that occurs every 30 to 60 days, depending on your genetics, your skin type, what you're using, how oily you are. If your skin is constantly producing oil, it's putting like a little bit of wax on the top layer, which over time is what slows down that natural exfoliation process in your skin. And when that happens, that's why the skin gets dull and waxy, and also why products aren't working. They can't get into that buildup of waxy, dead skin. So if you are aging and you're still producing oily and you're overly oily, salicylic acid is your new best friend, girl. Beautiful. I hope that you are well. Cody, always here to help you have the most healthy, glowing, and gorgeous skin. And if you love this info, please subscribe. And in today's video, I want to talk to you about salicylic acid and how it can benefit your skin, even if you are not oily or acne prone. Now, if you are not like you're severely dry or aging or whatever, then maybe salicylic acid is not an ingredient that should be on your radar. But a lot of people could have better looking skin if they started to incorporate a BHA acid into their regimen. And here's why. Because I'm obsessed with getting the most results with as little as steps as possible and as little as ingredients. That's my obsession. That's what I do with all my products and in my services. So I always think that if you can use an ingredient that will make another ingredient work better or get it to go deeper into the skin, why wouldn't you do that? And that's why we use BHA consistently. We use our salicylic treatment. I don't have it here with me, but if you've been using it, you know our salicylic acid treatment is a vehicle. So the BHA is beneficial for the skin, which helps. It's a cherolytic, so it'll help to exfoliate, it'll help to control oil, it'll help with bacteria, it'll help with inflammation, it'll help with redness, it'll help to clear out that follicle so that the oil can come up and out. I mean, it's an amazing, amazing ingredient. That's overlooked because it's kind of put into the category for only acne or young people. But it's actually in a lot of formulas, because when you use that ingredient for formulation in an ingredient, even in a lower percentage, like 1 or lower, it actually will work again as a vehicle, and in that formula allow the penetration of other ingredients to work better and to absorb deeper. So the thing about salicylic is that if you also are dealing with like pigmentation or just texture or, you know, typical fine lines and wrinkles, salicylic acid can dramatically benefit that, because it acts similar to AHA in the sense that it's dissolving oil. It's kind of like melting oil. AHA dissolves oil, BHA kind of melts it, dissolves it, melts it, whatever. I guess it's kind of similar wording if you want to. But because of that, if you're like aging and you haven't controlled your oil yet and you're really overly oily, and I know a lot of people say that, oh, oily skin ages better. That's not really true. I should do a video on that myth, because it's not true at all. If you haven't gotten your oil production under control yet, that can actually lead to aging. So using a salicylic acid treatment product can really help to control that oil, because if your skin is overly producing oil, think about it. Your skin naturally sheds about every, let's say 60 days to be fair. 30 to 60 depending on how old you are, your genetics, skin type, what you're using, how oily you are. But if you're like me, 40s, girl, that ship has sailed, okay? Your skin cell ain't really turning on unless you're turning it on with an ingredient or a service. So I turn it on with beta hydroxy and a glycolic acid and vitamin A. If your skin is constantly producing oil, it's putting like a little bit of wax on the top layer, which over time is what slows down that natural exfoliation process in your skin. And when that happens, that's why the skin gets dull and waxy, and also why products aren't working. They can't get into that buildup of waxy, dead skin. So if you are aging and you're still producing oily and you're overly oily, salicylic acid is your new best friend, girl, because that's going to help to control and minimize that oil, which will now allow, when the skin cycle turns on, which happens through the beta hydroxy, salicylic, and everything else you're using, now it's going to speed up and come up and fall off. But if there's a lot of oil up on your skin, it's not going to do that as quickly or at all, because the oil naturally kind of suppresses the exfoliation process and it creates dead skin buildup on the surface. Have I lost you? Anyway, I just think you should consider looking at a salicylic product. If you are like stuck and you're like, why is nothing working? That could be the thing that will help you. You put it on first, so cleanse, tone, put that on, then use your normal routine. Use the salicylic acid first as a vehicle to allow whatever else you put on top of it to go deeper in the skin. Now, if it's like a hyaluronic salicylic gel, that could be a little more tricky. So I would say that you want to leave it a little bit more damp on your skin if possible. But if it's like a liquid, then do that first. Then put on your acne product, your brightener, or your vitamin A, or your glycolic, and just see what happens and let me know. Because it's what we do here. That's exactly what we do. I wish I could show you the difference of one client versus another when I use the salicylic and when I don't, and what happens after. When I put on the salicylic on a client and I put on the glycolic alpha hydroxy, it goes right in. I use a lower percentage and it works instantly. When I don't, that glycolic is taking a little longer to work and to penetrate through the skin. You have to see it in action. You could try it on yourself if you really want to. If you have any questions about salicylic acid, also known as beta hydroxy acid, girl, ask me. I would love to answer any of your questions. Or if you're trying to figure out what you should do, or if maybe this is what exactly you're looking for to add into your regimen to help benefit your skin, whether it's breakout or pigmentation or fine lines and wrinkles, I really do feel like salicylic should be something on your radar, and you can ask me that question as well below. Remember to stay gorgeous, and I'll see you really soon in a new video. Bye.